Hey class, in our last video we took a look at four-stroke engines. In this video we're going to take a look at two-stroke engines and talk about what is the big difference. If you remember from our last video, we talked about how two-stroke engines have a gas and oil mixture. We talked about two-stroke engines that are smaller, lighter, less expensive, and loud. Here's a few examples. And then we spent most of the video talking about four-stroke engines. How four-stroke engines do not mix the oil and gas. They run cooler, they're usually quite large, but they're also quieter when compared to two-stroke engines. And you'd find them in your lawnmower and in your snowblower. Now, four-stroke engines are the engines you'd find in your car and also your lawnmower and snowblower, but there are some issues with four-stroke engines. They are very complex, including a number of moving parts. Timing has to be perfect, and also they need adequate lubrication. So as we take a look at a two-stroke engine, we have to figure out how can we make the four-stroke process simpler. Remember the four strokes of a four-stroke engine. The first one is intake, where the air-fuel mixture comes into the engine. Compression, where the air-fuel mixture is compressed inside the combustion chamber. Combustion, where the spark plug ignites the air-fuel mixture, sending the piston down, and then the exhaust stroke, which pushes the exhausted air-fuel mixture out to the exhaust. A two-stroke engine completes the four strokes of a four-stroke engine cycle in just two strokes. Here's a diagram of a two-cycle or two-stroke engine. Can you identify some of the differences? A two-stroke engine uses a simple design. There's no need for valves, an intake and exhaust valve like you'd see on a four-stroke engine. Two-cycle engines are also smaller, they're lighter weight, and two-cycle engines also use a gas and oil mix that a four-stroke engine does not. Now let's take a look at how it functions. We said in our last video that a stroke is when the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center, or from bottom dead center to top dead center. That's a stroke of an engine. A four-stroke engine needs to use four strokes to complete one cycle. A two-stroke engine just needs two strokes to complete one cycle. The diagram here shows you how that process works. Some things to point out: that there's still a piston, there's still a spark plug, there is still an intake where the air-fuel mixture comes into the compression chamber. The air-fuel mixture moves from the crankcase through the intake port into the combustion chamber. And as the air-fuel mixture is consumed, it then flows out the exhaust. So in the upstroke, when the piston is moving to top dead center, you both have intake, where you have your air-fuel mixture coming into the engine. You have your ignition, where a different air-fuel mixture is being ignited by the spark plug. And then in the downstroke, as the piston moves down, you have compression and exhaust happening at the same time. So the four-stroke engine process is happening, but only in just two strokes of the piston. This illustration is showing you the two-stroke engine process in a different way. It's still the same principles. You have air-fuel mixture coming into the crankcase, while at the same time you have a different air-fuel mixture that's being compressed at the top. As the piston reaches top dead center, the spark plug ignites the air-fuel mixture, sending the piston down. As the piston moves down, the exhaust port is opened and your burnt air-fuel mixture is ejected out to the muffler. And as the piston moves even lower, the air-fuel mixture of fresh air and fuel comes up through the transfer port into the combustion chamber. So this process happens as the piston moves to top dead center and as the piston moves to bottom dead center. So two strokes to complete the cycle. In addition, you are only having one rotation. So let me explain that again. So as the piston is moving to top dead center, the piston is moving up. As the piston moves up, your intake valve accepts a fresh air-fuel mixture at the bottom, while at the same time a different air-fuel mixture is being compressed at the top. This is the first stroke to top dead center that the piston makes in a two-stroke engine. A lot happens as the piston moves down to bottom dead center in a two-stroke engine. As the air-fuel mixture is compressed, the spark plug is ignited, As the spark plug ignites, it sends the piston back down to bottom dead center. As the piston moves to bottom dead center, the exhaust port is opened, allowing the burnt air fuel mixture to leave the combustion chamber. And as the piston moves further down, it allows the fresh air fuel mixture to move from the crankcase through the transfer port into the combustion chamber. The piston moving down creates a pressure difference inside the combustion chamber, which attracts that fresh air fuel mixture. Those are the basic steps of how a two-stroke engine operates. One of the issues that needs to be discussed for two-stroke and four-stroke engines is the idea of scavenging. Scavenging is when the engine intakes a fresh air fuel mixture while at the same time the old burnt air fuel mixture is exhausted. If you look at the diagram of the two-stroke engine, you can see that as a fresh air fuel mixture comes into the combustion chamber, there is a chance that some of that fresh air fuel mixture can go out the exhaust port. Why would that be a problem? Well, that problem is a real thing and is called scavenge loss. And actually, for two-stroke engines, we're talking about sometimes over 25% of the fresh air fuel mixture actually gets exhausted during the process, which isn't very good. This can cause a reduction in fuel economy, it can cause an increase in pollution, and is one of the reasons why two-stroke engines are trying to be phased out. Until then, scientists and engineers are working on ways to modify and improve the two-stroke engine to reduce scavenge loss. One of the ways to reduce scavenge loss is to do a couple things. One is to change the cylinder head. In this diagram here, the cylinder head has been changed to reduce the airflow of the unspent air fuel mixture before it gets out to the exhaust port. So that's one method. Another method is to change the location of ports. Remember, there's no valves in a two-stroke engine. So if we can change the valves, maybe put the valves on top, maybe have the valves overlap, maybe have 3 valves, maybe have the valves move up and around. There's a lot of different ways to try to change the direction of this air mixture flow to reduce scavenge loss. So these are just 4 methods that they've tried to use, but again, it's one of the issues of a two-stroke engine, scavenge loss. So hopefully from the video today, you now understand what the difference is between a two-stroke and four-stroke engine. You can definitely hear the difference when they're running side by side. You can definitely see the difference when they're held up side by side. But hopefully from this video, you can understand how their process works. Thanks for watching.